What's up, everyone on YouTube? It's Driver KG, and today I'm going to tell you how to properly install water meth injection. Let's get to it. So, before we go too deep into this, let me just start by saying this is the Snow Performance, I believe, stage 2.5. Now, I have a upgraded tank because that kit does come with a like 3-quart tank. That is not going to be it. I mean, it's fine if you don't have one, but if you you're going to be running meth. So I advise you guys to get the 2.5 gallon. Leave that right here so you see what that looks like. I happen to get lucky and got mine for 75 bucks, but this is not the AM kit. I've been running this kit for a while. From here it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, looks pretty stock under here, but have a downpipe and have water meth. That is the only two mods really that are adding power. And as you can see, if you look a little deeper, you can look right down in there. Let's see if it'll focus. And that is my nozzle. That is the Snow Performance nozzle with the check valve. And then behind that, let's see if I can zoom in. Wow, that is a huge zoom. Excuse the Samsung zoom here. That is a little much. All right, there we go. All right, trying to get used to that. So that is everything that you're going to need, that the kit is going to come with, and I run it under the car. So under the car, not really going to be able to show you guys that, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory as the same, the AM kit. Every other kit out there, you're going to either run it under the car or through the car, depending. That's on you. Now, what I mean by that is that you're going to need extra wires. I would say anywhere between the 20 gauge and 12 gauge wires. If you don't know what that is, I advise you guys to do a little research, but the smaller the number, the bigger the wire, a little thicker, a little bit more voltage. You cannot hurt anything from going a bigger wire, which it's a little better too, but I have these little quick connects that I'm going to show you right there. That's what I use for a lot of the connectors on this kit, and those seem to work beautifully with this, especially because I have something called the Snow Performance Controller, which is the VC50. So that VC50, it has a bunch of wires that spider off into a bunch of different places, but those wires only going to be about a foot long, and then obviously you're going to have to get a bunch of other wires to match those colors. So you're going to need a green one, you're going to need a purple one, you're going to need brown, red, yellow, all the colors. So save yourself some time, go to Amazon and get a kit of, I would say, multiple wires. You could be safe in that 16 gauge route. It cost me about 20 bucks or so. And what you're going to want to do is run those wires from the back of the car that you need to run all the way up to the front. Now let me show you exactly what I got back there, but before we go back there, you see these wires right there. Those are for the boost tap. So a lot of people have that question of, oh, what do you use in these Hyundai 2.0s and the Genesis, whatever you got? What do you use as a boost reference? That's the big question here. Some people try and use like the MAF sensor, some people try and use the manifold. It's a lot of different ways you can go about it. Sometimes they're not as accurate. You want something that's spot on accurate every single time. So if you want this meth to work flawlessly, I advise you guys to get a reference and tap it into the blow-off valve. Go into the blow-off valve, and the top hose that is used, that is just like an air hose, that's the one you're going to want to use. So you're going to want to T that. So cut that in half, get yourself a T that will go together on both ends, and then run that air line into the sensor that they're going to give you. All right, so how you know you have the right one, it is going to go into your boost pressure valve. Now your stock one is going to be connected to, I believe, one of the boost pipes, and the bottom one is the one that you want to tap into. That's going to the blow off valve. And then, like I said, you want to get one of these T's, and basically you're going to run that air line into that sensor that they give you, and then just follow directions with the color, you know, the colors that they have, the matches, and where it's going. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, you just want to use the blow-off valve for your boost reference. That's going to be the best reference in a lot of the videos. Like I'll try and get a clip of it if I can, but you can see the boost as it says on the gauge of the car. It will say on the gauge of the VC50 what boost you're running, and that's what you want. So it's 100% accurate. You don't have any issues with it. All right, so excuse the little bit of mess that's right here. That's my cleaning supplies, but let me show you everything. So this is the tank I was talking about. It's right in the back, so it's easy to pour. It's a 2.5 gallon, and this is what I got right here. So I am running dual solenoids. So that means I'm running one right back here before the pump, and I'm also running one in the front in the car right before the check valve, just as double, you know, assurance. You don't want any meth going into the engine if it's off or anything like that. But you're just going to route it from there, put your solenoid, then your pump. That is a bigger, higher flowing pump than the AEM one, and you can tell the difference. So like I said, I'm running a whole bunch of those quick connectors, and basically your solenoid is going to tap into what your motor's doing, and I have a reference fuse all the way in the front for that. And you see the green, you see the purple. Just know the purple is always going to be the tank, the green is always going to be the pump, and that you're just going to run to a ground and all of that good stuff. But the kit itself is pretty self-explanatory. Like I say many times, once you understand it all and you got enough hose, you can knock it out pretty quickly, and it's pretty easy. Just to show you guys what it looks like under the car, you're not going to see any hoses because I put it under that thing that's there, like over it basically. So over, under, so you won't see it until there when it comes out a little bit. And I have a good old zip tied to the motor mount, and it goes up and out of the way of anything that is hot. So from there you won't be able to see anything. And the good thing is this kit is pretty easy to take off. I was able to take it off because I thought, you know, because that oil leak, I thought that it was something serious and I needed to move it or take it to the Hyundai dealership. And I was able to get the whole kit off within, honestly, like I'd say 15 minutes. And then I was able to put the kit back on in about the same time. Hardest thing is fishing the wires through the grommet that's inside of there. Oh, there I go. All right, so we are in the car. Excuse the mess, it's a little dusty there, whatnot. All right, so here's what I have for right now. So I'm waiting for my mount. I'm just using this sticky. I can get this off pretty easily, but I'm just using this for now to keep this where I can see it. But when you turn the car on, it comes on. See, I just have the ACC on, and you'll see the VC50 turn on. And you could press P, that's for a purge, that's for the test, just to make sure the meth is flowing. You press next. I have mine starting at 10, and then I also have full injection at 14. Power nozzle is off. You could change your text color, graph color. You guys seen all of this. All right, so as you go in your RPM and as the boost goes up, sorry about that noise, as the boost goes up, this will change with the boost. So, you know, it's like I said, everything is pretty easy with this kit. You just have to buy extra stuff. If you go to Amazon and you get this thing, this is a big issue that I had. If you go to Amazon and you get a pack of these, they will not fit. I was so pissed because I did this kit. I thought I was going to go out for a run night, and guess what? This did not fit. Why didn't it fit? The size was 100% correct. It's, let me show you right here so I can point. It's this part, the black part, that didn't actually go over where it needed to. So I couldn't get it in. That's an issue. So I had to go to AutoZone, grab this, and it worked fine. I ended up grabbing an extra one, and I tapped into fuse for the, I believe, sunroof. There's no sunroof. So I'm able to use all of that 20 amp without a problem. So that's everything with this kit, to be honest with you. It's just getting connected with this thing and trying to wire everything up. I got to get a better way of fixing this whole crap here, because that looks nasty. But I will have it fixed up soon and shortly. Once I get a nice gauge for this, I want to put the gauge at least like here, maybe here. I thought about drilling into this because I'm going to keep this car. Honestly, I'm going to keep this car forever as long as I could. And you know, when I get my next car, then I'll probably do a little bit more into building the motor and seeing if I can do this type of thing myself with some of my friends. I do not want to take this car to a shop and try and get that stuff done, because that's going to take a good amount of time. As you can see, Six spent some time, a good amount of time building theirs, and I don't want to deal with all that. I'd rather get my parts first, know what I'm doing, getting into, but later for that. Right now, this car is on its second revision from N75, and it is running great. I think the output is probably around 370. I'm going to load up this new tune tonight, and I'm going to see how it does. So I'm going to go against some of the guys that I went against last week. And a lot of those guys have gotten faster, so that's perfect, because you know, it just allows me to see where I'm at. Like, I'm not one of those people who care about losing that much, you know. But I just wanted to put this thing together just to show you guys a little bit of how I routed and some of the questions you may have on the Snow Performance Stage 2.5 water meth kit. I am going to upgrade to the braided lines. I just needed the kit as fast as possible, so I went and ordered whatever I could from the closest person on eBay. You could go and get it from N75. That is no problem with that, or wherever you choose. But again, wear safety goggles when you install this stuff, or when you pour in the meth in, because you do not want to get it in your eyes like I did and suffer real crazy wooziness and loss of sight for a moment. It's not fun. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll give you some drive clips. Actually, I'll take some drive clips tonight and then round it up in this video so you can see what I mean with the PSI going up and down and how it runs with this too. He called out the Hondas. He called them out. Let's see how it do. You ready? Come on. There we go. That he is taking delivery. Complete delivery. All smooth.
Official delivery.
All smooth because of this guy right